What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with another video update. Today is Friday, October the 6th, 2023. Today, we're going to start off by talking about a platform called Vortic United. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I do believe it is finally, we can finally move on and say that it's probably done. Of course, if it does decide to come back, of course, we're going to talk about it because why not? We'll all be singing its praises. But this is the kind of stuff that we see all the time in the space, and we have to acknowledge it. We have to share it on the journey so that people going forward understand and know what kind of things platforms do when they're on the way out. All right. So before we get started, I want to remind all of you that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I am not your financial advisor. All right. I'm just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many different platforms, nothing more and nothing less than that. Now, if you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, if you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man or anybody asking you for information in my comment section or anywhere. All right. Stay diligent and vigilant, especially in the comment section. All right. Let's go ahead and get started talking about Vortic United. Now, one of the things that I've noticed around, in this space, especially over the last 2 years, is it seems like platform owners don't seem to think that the majority of us, they probably know that majority of us are new, right? But there's a vast amount of us that are not new to the space. We've been here for a long time, or long enough to know what the red flags are when we see them. And when a platform, one, stops paying, that's red flag number one. We've also learned that, extra promotional activity and, cash back on deposits and things of that nature in this space usually are an indication that a platform is trying to money grab. They're trying to make more money. And all platforms are trying to make more money. Let's not get that mistaken. I think we're all trying to make more money, to be honest. But when a platform does it and they shift from what they're doing, it almost implies that what they're doing isn't working good enough. But of course, we take advantage of the opportunity. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Right. And then you have, we talked about new plans. Vortic did put out some new plans, and then it stopped paying. So that's two things it did. And now in the pause period, right? So there's a lot of platforms that will put you through a pause period, and they'll say, we need this amount of time to fix this. We need this amount of time to fix that. And Vortic has done that for over a month now, almost 2 months. But they have not been paying out. No deposits have gone out, and they're continuing to move the goalpost on when they'll be done. So the latest, I'll just get to the latest because we've been talking about Vortic for a little while. Let's just get to the latest news, right? Let's get to the latest stuff. This was posted on yesterday around 6:30 p.m. All right. It says, Dear Vortic United partners, after long nights and countless hours of internal discussions, we are hereby delivering you the long-awaited update. Regarding the withdrawal system, all work has been completed and the handover has been completed. All right. They start you off. This is just my opinion sprinkled in. They start you off with something that will make you feel a little hopeful, something right off the gate that's just a little bit positive, right? Here's where we start getting into the moving of the goalpost, right? It then says, however, while this work was going on, we ran into different issues on another front. Most have already noticed the short-term packages, once they expire, create insane amounts on the balances, which is not intended. This is getting addressed by the IT at the moment. An approach on how to fix and roll back is worked out. Let me read that last part again, just for my own clarification. This is getting addressed by the IT at the moment, and an approach on how to fix / roll back is worked out, or is getting worked out. That's what I'll add in there. They're working on that. They're working on an approach on how to fix it. Unfortunately, we also had several trades spiraling out of control, and here's what happened. As you know, numerous of different accounts and sub-accounts are incorporated into the trading strategy. We noticed that some high-risk accounts were in huge drawdown, which also affected other accounts directly because the accounts were in a cross-margin mode, which wasn't noticed early enough. And a lot of this, understand people, Most of us are here because we're not traders. Most of us are in these platforms because we don't want to trade. We're hoping that whatever the entity we're getting involved with, or whatever the platform, we're hoping that they are doing some trading, right? That's what we hope. And if they're not, then we'll run the risk of a platform like this going down. Anyway, so they're throwing all this trade information, this stuff that most of us won't understand. The traders might, all right? Let's keep going. The difference between cross and isolated margin is that the case of drawdown or case of a drawdown, and at the point where a liquidation event will occur, the system just automatically starts to incorporate free capital on other accounts as margin. Overall strategy is and always was profitable. That's why those losses went unnoticed until it was too late. We are currently working on a comprehensive rebalancing and restructuring plan on both the trading and the technical front. You can rest assured that everything is moving in the right direction, and already several positive approaches are getting laid out. As you can imagine, such an encompassing endeavor isn't done overnight and is also involves external consultants and lawyers. However, we are working day and night to present the restructuring process on Saturday and start to roll it out next week. Thank you for your strong support, and we will update you soon. Now, this is what we may call a minor moving of the goalpost, because they said all that to say that they would give an update on Saturday. But this has been a continuous issue with Vortic for the past few months. All right, they'll come out. They've been communicative, which is decent. It's better than some. But every time they come out and say something, they're having a different problem, right? They're having a different issue. Not long ago, I remember seeing in here, and I'm, trading statistics where they have won. They had closed in profit 20 trades and closed at a loss 15 trades. They're still posting their trading numbers, so they say. And they said that they missed some events that happened in their own scenarios, in their own, high risk, whatever trading that they're doing, if they're doing any trading. So here's the thing. When we go all the way back to the beginning of when I started my journey in this platform, and this is not to blame anyone, because of course we all make decisions, and I'm accountable for my own decision in joining Vortic United. Please don't get me wrong. But there are some people that sacrifice their time and efforts and money to even further vet this thing, even further vet Jensen. And right now, I don't know exactly how they're feeling, and they're still getting correspondence from Jensen, I believe. And of course, so are we. But for me, in my opinion, I believe that there won't be any event in October or whenever the event is supposed to be. Let me see. The qualification ended. They're supposed to have the event 20th through the 24th in Istanbul. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that Vortic United will start paying again. But if they do, I will be the first one on here to say I got a nice, sizable withdrawal. But let me just be real about what happens. And a lot of you have heard me say this before, and for those of you that are just tuning in, you may not have. When you have a platform like this that has been accumulating balances in everyone's account for 2 months, if you think that the people aren't going to run on that situation and grab as much money as they can out of there after 2 months of no withdrawals, it could totally collapse the platform. They could have to set up, I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually doing withdrawals. They would have to set up some kind of withdrawal plan so there wasn't a run on the bank, or a figurative run on the bank, right? They would have to set up some stops in place so that people just didn't take all their money out. They haven't been paid in 2 months, So I say all this to say this. I've seen a lot in this space. I'm not naive in this space. It's unfortunate that a lot of people are getting into this space brand new. And I won't say it's unfortunate. I think this is a good learning lesson. I think this is an actual opportunity to learn. If you want to stay in this space, these are some of the things that you have to be able to learn so that you can move on to the next one. So a platform doesn't cripple you mentally. So it doesn't, cause you to overextend yourself or make new deposits in times like this, or so many mistakes that people make in just thinking that a platform is going to last for them longer than it's supposed to, or that it had plans to, or whatever the case may be. Because we don't really know. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't own these platforms. I don't build relationships with these platform owners because I know they all end up like this, right? A lot of people ask me about doing AMAs with so-and-so and interviews with such and such. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't need to be doing any interviews with any of them because what's the point? All these platforms are going to end eventually. It's how you play the game. That's what it's about. It's about what your personal strategies are. Nothing more, nothing less than that. And that's why I think there's a lot of value in my journey. I'm sharing my own personal strategy in this space, but I'm letting you guys know I'm not here to tell you to do this now. I'm just showing you guys what I've decided to do. And it's worked out for me pretty well. Of course, we take the good with the bad. And would we love to be getting some of these withdrawals from Vortic right now? Oh, heck yeah. But the reality of the situation is I don't believe Vortic is ever going to pay again. And if it does, it'll be for a short amount of time, or they'll have some parameters around withdrawals that will not allow you to pull what you believe that you should be pulling or what you want to pull or anything at all. So with that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you. Security measure, very important security measure. Please make sure you do that. We don't want you getting hacked, so stay strapped, all right? If you like this content, hit subscribe. You want to be updated and notified, hit the bell. Please, sir, please, man, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp, man, because if he gets you, there's nothing I can do to help you, all right? Stay diligent and vigilant in this space and in the comment section as well. This is just a learning lesson from Vortic. They've given it to us. They're showing us all the lingo of things that we've seen in so many other platforms, so many other opportunities and excuses and reasons why they can't do this and can't do that, why they got to push this back and push that back. If you want to be one of those people that wait around on Vortic, God bless you. As you can tell, that's not me. The reason that's not me, and I'm just going to add this right at the end for those of you that are still listening. The reason that that's not me is because I've learned that if I get hung up on some other platform, it will block me from missing the next one. It will block me from missing the next opportunity. And that's just how my mind works. You know, I'm too focused on one thing that I can't go to the next. So you have to figure out yourself. You have to figure out your strategies in this space. You never want to overextend. Don't deposit anything you are not willing to lose. That is more than just a saying, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lifestyle in this space. All right. If you gotta put in minimums every time you jump in and, you know, to figure out a like-minded scenario where you can share it with others. That's the name of the game. All right. A lot of these platforms are, with the exception of some, are just not going to last long enough for you to make passive money. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the situation. That's what we're learning. And if you want to stay in this space, you got to learn how to play the game. All right. And the game is figure out your risk management strategy to protect yourself and, you know, withdraw every day that you can. Until you can get back into the black or as close to it as you can. If you're an active person or thinking about being active, find out a way to share your journey. We're not out here to try to, you know, tell people to join under this and join. Oh, I'm not. I can only speak for myself. I'm not here to poach. I'm not here to tell people they should do this. You know, a lot of my close people, they get upset with me because they're like, why didn't you tell me about this? I'm just like, I'm not, you know, I understand that you want to know, but at the same time, charge to my head and not my heart. That's what I'll say. Because my main intention is not for people to just jump in and join this stuff. My intention is to share my journey and the things that I've done. And that's just what it's turned into. All right. So anyway, with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Vortic. I believe it's the end. If it's not, we'll come back and do another video. How simple is that? Peace out.